Hello my darlings, my name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. I'm going to be doing Aquarius for you, your soulmate weekly reading. We're going to be seeing where you both are on your journeys. We're going to look at your head space, heart space, what's in your soulmate's head and heart space. We're going to be looking at their intentions towards you, pull some advice from Spirit, clarify the spread, and then pull you some oracle cards. If it resonates, I would be grateful if you would comment, like, share and subscribe. If it doesn't resonate, please don't try and make it fit. There will be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time. You need to hear it. And also remember that energies can be reversed in these cards as well. You will know if the reading's meant for you. So, Aquarius, let's see first of all what's in your headspace. Thank you, Spirit. There we are. So, okay, so I'm taking both of these cards. You've got both the Tower and the Three of Pentacles. So what I'm getting with this is you want to build with your soulmate. This is all in relation to your soulmate. So you want to build a solid foundation with them, okay? You want something that's based on strength and a sort of strong footing, something that has the right foundations, that's built on trust, that's built on clarity, that's built on truth, that's built on knowing. It involves you dealing with things. You see he's sort of standing up. You're dealing with things from your higher self sometimes, to see that higher self perspective on things that you might not otherwise see. It involves teamwork. It involves you both, being balanced in this relationship. It's come out with the Tower card, and at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. I think you've gone through something in your life, where you've had to release it, or you are in the process of releasing a lot of old hurts and old wounds and conditioned behaviors. The Tower has to come in when, God's Spirit, will give us little slaps around the face, if we're to help us to learn to evolve, to help us shift and change and release things that no longer serve us. And if we don't really take notice of it, then we get a big slap around the face. So the Tower card has come in because I think either something's happened very suddenly for you as a surprise, and I can have more clarity in the reading, or it's because you've gone through this Tower process, you've gone through this releasing, you've gone through this extraordinary shift and change in order to get to a space where you want to rebuild the foundation. The Tower has to come down in order for you to see the way ahead and to see the foundations. So the fact that they're together side by side says to me, thank you, Spirit, that you have gone through this journey. And it's about that you've sort of been falling as gracefully as you can. You've been going with the flow. The masculine side of us, the ego side of us, that fear, rejection, everything, finds it a lot harder. They've sort of lost their crown. But the feminine side of us, the empathic side, the intuitive side, the side that we feel is connected with Spirit, is falling much more gracefully from this Tower, understanding that, we have to sometimes go down. It's called falling upwards. You have to sort of fall down in order to grow and evolve. So thank you, Spirit, for that. That's a bit of a long start for you. Anyway, Chris, let's see what's in your heart space for your soulmate. Thank you. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so I'm feeling with this, you love your soulmate, okay? You absolutely love your soulmate. I feel that you have a lack of trust there, and that's the basis of maybe why you're listening to this reading, because the Knight of Wands sort of comes in and comes out of your life, and maybe, has come in and come out and caused this Tower moment as well. And you're wanting something different now from this relationship with your soulmate. You want them to come in. Maybe there's somebody else involved there with the pyramids. And it's interesting that it's pyramids because maybe you had past lives together, Egypt. But again, with pyramids, that the living were buried with the dead. So maybe they've gone through relationships where they felt very much buried alive, literally, and felt like they couldn't get out. But they're coming towards you with this, this Knight of Wands. It's coming towards this Three of Pentacles. They're facing that Three of Pentacles. The intention is there. They have this love for you. They might hide it sometimes behind a lot of plumery and sort of, whatever talk, but they have this love for you. But I think you have, you know you love them, but I think you may have a little lack of trust there for them. Okay, so now let's look at what's in their headspace towards you. Thank you. Well, that flew out. Wow. Okay, my darlings. You've got 3 cards here, and I'm going to take them all. So in their headspace, there has been a time where they have done something that has really hurt you. It's you know, this is that sort of deception card. But I'm going to flip this for you, okay? And if you can bear with me on this for a second. Because also in their headspace, look at you, Queen of Cups focusing on self-love, and the 9 of Cups, which is like the minor arcana of the Empress. And I'll come back to those in a second. They have gone through cycles, okay? And they are going through a cycle now. And they may be having to repeat a cycle with a karmic in order to learn what Spirit wants them to learn. So they've had to go back, and they're holding here 5 swords. Now the 5 of Swords card is about conflict, inner conflict, arguments, negative energy. They're carrying that with them because they've got to go back to that space in order to be triggered and start to heal and shift and grow. What they have left you with is 2 swords there. They've left you with clarity and wisdom about how you want a relationship to be based on. What are the foundations for a relationship? I think you're there in their lives observing, but you want something solid. It is temporary, as shown by the tense there. This is a temporary cycle that they're going through. How they see you, because they're looking back at you, is the Queen of Cups, somebody extraordinarily loving and kind and empathic. Somebody who's taken that leap of faith off that cliff up there, like the Fool card. Somebody who's very focused on their self-love, and when you have a cup that's overflowing, you have so much love to give. They see that in you. Somebody who is there in receiving mode, not necessarily waiting for them, but very much focused on their journey, loving them, very much loving them, because you're looking at them there. But they see you as this extraordinarily gentle, kind, empathic person, okay, be it male or female, and they see you as this 9 of Pentacles, somebody who is choosing to be independent at this moment in time, choosing to be single, choosing to choose love, choosing to hang out with their higher self, somebody who is manifesting consciously, and very in touch, thank you Spirit, very in touch with those manifestations. That's what I mean by manifesting consciously. We all manifest all the time, consciously or unconsciously. You're doing it consciously, and this is what you want. Okay, and I'm just seeing that, I don't know if it is or not, but I'm seeing the snail here, which reminds me about things happening in a natural flow. They may seem a little slow at times, but it's all happening in the timing that's meant to happen. So now let's look to see in their heart space for you, Aquarius. Thank you. Aquarius' soulmate's heart space. Okay, you have the Page of Wands and you have the Empress. My darling, they absolutely think you're extraordinary, which you are, absolutely fabulous. Again, you've got head and heart, the 2 Empresses really, whether this is a minor arcana or if this a major arcana, okay? The Empress, I mean, she is just extraordinary, and this is you, about you recreating yourself anew every day. This is about you manifesting. It's about you setting healthy boundaries. It's about you manifesting your abundance, about being in receiving mode, about being incredibly kind and incredibly caring and incredibly giving, but doing it from a place of self-love, and doing it from a place because you're not wanting to people please. It's because this is who you are, with this extraordinary understanding about your connection with Spirit, with God, with the universe. Just beautiful. And then you have here the Page of Wands. You are the Empress, you are the 9 of Pentacles, you are the King of Cups, okay? They have gone through this 7 of Swords moment. This is how they have all this love for you. It is very, very, this is their heart space, the green. I feel that sometimes they feel they're not worthy of you, and this is why it's just this page in their hearts. You know, how can the page deserve the Empress? How can she be in my life? How could he or she be in my life, is what they're thinking. Why is he or she there? I'm just a page. I've behaved, thank you, Spirit, I've behaved like this. I've done this. So how can they still, how? You know, that's what they're sort of going through that process of at the moment. Again, thank you. There are 3 pyramids there again. So if Egypt means anything to you, but I feel that they have literally buried themselves under all sorts of stuff, and I think they've kind of felt smothered in whatever relationships they've been in the past. At the bottom of the deck is Lovers. So again, choices. Have they been in a relationship, other relationships? Is that what's happening at the moment? Choices that they're making. So now we're going to look at their intentions towards you, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Well, extraordinary reading, Aquarius. You've got the Star and on the bottom of the deck, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So they want this to go in their favour and your favour. They want things to keep moving. They don't want to lose what they have with you. Torah means divine law on here. So whatever's happening is happening in divine timing. They are gaining knowledge from this journey. They're gaining strength as well with the Lion. They're gaining clarity and truth. But the Wheel is saying they want this to, somehow or other they want this to work. That's how they're thinking. And whatever situation you're in, they want this to move forward. Because look, you've got this Star card. This is like you're mirroring each other. This is about deep healing. This is about twin souls being brought together to heal each other, mirroring each other. It's about releasing emotions that no longer serve you. It's about being guided by spirit here as well. It's about being vulnerable with each other. This, they know that they're looking at a reflection of themselves. It's like, you know, with a twin flame, it's like that twin soul. That's their intentions towards you. And again, underneath that, you've got the Hermit card. They're going through a process at the moment. Beautiful. Okay, so now advice from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Advice from Spirit for Aquarius. Okay. Contrasts. Contrasts. First card, High Priestess. You know, trust your knowing, trust divine timing. You've had to also gone through contrast to get to this place. You've gone through the Tower. You are the Empress, the 9 of Pentacles. It's about you observing, silent, observing a lot more, sitting back and understanding what's happening and thinking, why is this happening to me? You understand that. You are incredibly intuitive. And it's about you getting out of your headspace, my darling, and not worrying about the who, what, when, how. When you manifest, as you know you do consciously, you hand all the details over to God and the universe. You just say thank you, and you trust and you know that the universe always says yes. But step away from trying to control how it might work. There is still a lack of trust you have there with them, and I think it's because of this deception, as we saw. It is because of that deception that we saw, and you are feeling that lack of as well. This is temporary, just like the 7 of Swords. This is a temporary situation where your soulmate may have to be with a karmic to help release a lot of things that they need to do, to be able to move on, to then be in the right space with you. And at the bottom of the deck, as I see that, I see the 4 of Swords, which again is the other healing card, and the Lovers again. So this is all part of that journey with you. I do say sometimes that, you know, soulmate journeys are a little bit like a movie where we have, we get to stages in the movie where we might not understand what's happening. It's also incredibly sad, and we've got the tissues out, we've got the pot boom, and we're saying, why is this happening? But at the end of the movie, we understand why it happened. And so if we were to walk in at the end of the movie and seeing everybody crying, but then they're happy, we think, well, why? Because we've seen what happened. So what, do you see what I mean? You can look back and say, okay, now I understand why that happened. And this is what's happening here with you and your soulmate. It is a very deep healing journey between you. You are both triggering each other as you're meant to. You have moved forward and shifted and changed and evolved faster than them, and that happens a lot in these soulmate journeys. They've maybe had to go back and have a little slap round the face from the universe, but they are absolutely, the way they see you and feel you and connect with you is beautiful, and they know that you are this, they don't have this connection with anybody else but you. Okay, so now I'm going to clarify those cards. So we're going to clarify the Tower and the Three of Pentacles that flew out. Yes, the World card, I'm not surprised to see this come out. This is a completion. This is an ending before a new beginning. You've had to go through this tower to knock it all down, to see the foundations below before you start a new cycle. This is you understanding as above, down below. This is you understanding about the connection of everything and about how you're protected along this journey. This is about you taking a break and a pause. The universe will always give you a pause before a new cycle, to reflect, to be, just to be, to have some peace. These cycles we go through are emotionally exhausting as well, especially when we go through those tower moments and those deep shifts and change that our soul is calling us to do. And this is about your spiritual awareness. And I also feel your inner position with the World card. It's also about sharing those gifts that you've learned through your experiences with others at this time. And it's about representing what we truly desire, because you've also got the Star card here representing that. This new cycle is going to be this cycle that's representing what you want to happen, to bring in, and I can see it. Okay, so let's look at the Knight of Wands. This is in your heart space. So I know that you've had this hurt. Wow. Okay. Look at this. You've got again the Empress, and again flew out the Strength card. This relationship has transformed you, okay? It is about transforming you continuously. It has enabled you, it's been a gift for you to shift and change and turn into this, not that you weren't amazing before, but to be the Empress, to be that extraordinarily full of love being for all around you, because you have so much love for yourself and because you have so much connection to God and the universe, and you understand, my darling, and you've set healthy boundaries. And you understand, look at this connection, this infinity symbol, you understand this connection with your Knight of Wands. And I know they do things sometimes that you think, well, here they've gone, here. There is, you understand it. You really know, you've gone through so many moments with them. And I know you've helped them as well. You've quietened not only your fears, but their fears too. You're helping them heal just by focusing on yourself and focusing on your self-love. And you've absolutely, you're teaching people about healthy boundaries as well. You've gone through that, you understand that. You're teaching them about that too. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, now we're going to look at the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles for you. Thank you. The Star card again flew out. So this journey, it's just me re-saying, like a kind of repetitive. This is your great wish, your great hope, but it's also your journey with your soulmate has been one of deep healing for you, about releasing emotions that no longer serve you, about mirroring each other, about going back to your inner child, healing those wounds, about being vulnerable, about being connected, understanding that connection with everything. This is in their headspace for you. They see you as this extraordinary kind of being almost, this person who's gone through, who has remained in a place of peace and love, even despite, this is you, okay, has remained in that place of peace and love and healing despite this. They hugely respect and admire you and love you for it, because they know that you understand that whatever they've done has been done out of their lack of love for themselves and their lack of respect for themselves. And this is why they've had to go and repeat a cycle. but you've understood that and you've had compassion for that, and you have forgiven them for it, as the Empress and with the Strength card. You've forgiven them for it because you understand that it hasn't been to intentionally hurt you. And you know, that is huge, because of course with forgiving others, we're not just forgiving them for them, we're forgiving them for ourselves, to bring ourselves peace, because you're not being triggered by it. You understand this. How extraordinary. You must tell me if this resonates with you, whether you're a healer as well, because this very much says this to me. In their heart space, these flew out. You had the Empress and the Page of Wands. You've got this King of Cups and this Four of Swords, my darling. So they have an amazing amount of love for you, okay? You both got both the King and Queen of Cups in their head and heart space. They know their truth. They understand it wearing that blue, okay? They're going through a transformation with the fish here, trying to go with the flow. They don't necessarily understand that they're going with the flow, but they are going with the flow. They are going at this pace, the pace they're meant to go, and they are moving, constantly moving in this whatever direction, like fish, you know, swimming. They're going with the flow. You know, there's that lovely little line in Finding Nemo. You know, Dory says, "Just keep swimming, just keep swimming." That's how they are at the moment. But they, and I feel a sense of sadness with that as well. But I think with you observing, you can understand this is where they're meant to be at the moment, and they've got this cup of love for you, this huge cup of love for you, and they're very much connected to their emotions with the water lapping at their feet there. They don't want to get right into those emotions at the moment because it's just too much for them, wherever they are at the moment, but they're allowing those emotions to be in contact with them. They understand them because you're their Empress. And this, there may be some silence between you at times, both with the High Priestess and this Four of Swords. But this whole thing is about healing. And I, always split the swords up. So you've got the Three of Swords there, which represents heartbreak, but it's also about the healing of the mind, body, and spirit. And they have retained this, they've got this Ace of Swords, they've got this One Sword, which represents clarity and truth. And it's bringing them this process, this connection with you is bringing them peace, it's bringing them healing, but it takes time, as you know. It doesn't happen overnight, and healing, just like waves, can go so far and then it comes back again, and then it does that and it does that. So it's about you understanding that sort of ripple effect that's in the Star card, about what happens when we start to shift and change, and what happens to relationships around us. So let's look at their intentions towards you, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Star card. I mean, how many major arcanas you've had in this reading is just lovely. So yes, you've got the King of Pentacles and you've got the Sun card, all right? This is the King of Pentacles, an amazing catch, okay, as is the Queen of Pentacles as well. And this is about somebody, they want to come towards you healed. They want to come towards you at the right time when they have something extraordinary to offer you, okay? They want to come towards you grounded. This is with all the leaves on this King. This is such a beautiful deck. They're a little bit stubborn at times, I can see. They're a bit stubborn about how and when they want to do this. And they've gone through some battles, represented there by what he's wearing, his armor there. But they have this pentacle. They want to offer this to you. And they have that intention. They kind of understand. That globe is representing sort of slight domination, so they do want to do this their way. Okay, so just go with the flow and see what happens, but they want to do it their way, and that's why I suppose I was seeing that the oxen there is sort of being stubborn. But look, the Sun card, you represent their happiness, you represent that inner child in them, you represent that sort of it's such a happy card, the Sun card. It is the happiest card in the deck. The sunflowers, again, represent for me soul family that are around you and around them. And you give them such inner peace and joy. And also I'm just seeing as well, it's almost like there's little bells here on the horse. It's like that sort of, they can't ignore that sound, that calling for you. They absolutely, you bring them so much happiness. Just the thought of you They know that their happiness lies with you. They know that they can be the real them underneath whatever facade they might be hiding with that Seven of Swords. They know that they can't hide the real them from you. You see it all. You see that lovely inner child. You love that lovely inner child, and they feel safe with you, and they know that you're their happiness, and vice versa. So now we're going to look at the Empress card, and we have got the Ten of Swords flew out just before I said that. So it's very much, thank you. Okay, 10 and 9 of Swords, and they're making a point, and there's the 10 of Swords at the bottom of this deck as well. Okay, this is very clear for me, okay? I'm going to bring all of these out. Her, this, and this, okay? Spirit is saying, step away from your fear space. Trust in this connection. You are the High Priestess. You understand. You know your knowing. Trust in it. You understand about divine law, you understand about divine timing, you understand about your connection, you understand about manifestations. You know your knowing. It's a gift given to you by God. Don't step into that fear space. Don't feed the fear wolf inside you. Feed the soul wolf. Brings you peace. Feed the fear wolf, and that's the wolf that leads the pack, my darling. This is all happening how it's meant to happen. And fear is a liar, okay? It's feelings inside that are not real. You're creating them. It's not even feeling, it's thoughts that are inside, but let's say feelings inside that are not real, something like that. It's things that you're anticipating will happen, and know that you create your own reality. So if you're creating a reality in this space, you're going to get more of this, Spirit is saying, because Spirit wants you to let go and let God. Trust in your knowing, trust in your soul, trust in your higher self. You are the Empress, you understand this, you're the High Priestess. So I think that was a very strong message for you, my darling. And at the bottom of the deck has just flown off is the Ace of Cups, because that's what brings in the new cycle. It is happening, you're just having a little pause at the moment. It is all happening in the right timing. I know I keep saying that. So now I'm going to pull you some of my new Psychic Tarot for the heart, which is like an oracle card as well, Aquarius. So let's see what messages for Aquarius for this reading do we have, Spirit. Thank you. So you've got the Three of Wands, okay? This is taking the lead. So this is about you trusting and knowing. It's a manifestation card. It's about you understanding about divine timing. It's about you releasing the outcome of how and when your ships are going to come in, and knowing that they will come in at the right time. And it's about you taking the lead, because you have done with the Empress and the High Priestess, about self-love and self-worth, and holding the space for your soulmate. And you understand that you create your own manifestations, your own desires, your connection to God, the universe. Again, thank you, Spirit. One more, please. They're saying one more. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you have got believe and succeed. All right, you've got this is the Six of Wands. This is the Victory card. This is about you staying away from those Five of Wands, those negative energies, and focusing on that 1-1, knowing what direction you're going. All right, you are heading in the right direction. You're heading towards the light. It's about, again, you've got this Ace of Pentacles here. You've got a new beginning coming in. Your soulmate or you are going to reach out, that there's going to be the right time for this to happen. Oh, sorry, this is the Three of Pentacles. So thank you, Spirit. Okay, Three of Pentacles. This is the foundation for your new cycle, is how you end this world, this completion cycle. A relationship with somebody else doesn't start when you meet or with that person. It starts with how you end a relationship with yourself or somebody else in your past. And this is about you understand that there is a new foundation coming in. Okay, you've got 2 3s here, you've got take the lead, you've got believe, and this is beautiful. Look, okay, take the lead, 3 of Wands, manifesting. Okay, 3 of Pentacles, about reaching out, creating this foundation, and it leads to 3, and 3 is 6 of Wands, Victory card, believing and succeeding. So that's just beautiful. And on the bottom of the deck, you have got 2 of wands. Okay, spread your wings. It's about that decision. It's about you trusting. It's about you knowing, and it's about you letting go and letting God. It's about you taking flight, literally, with this as well. Whatever decisions you're making, make from your higher self, because then you'll be guided in the right direction. So that's just lovely. Okay, sorry with the lights there. I hope that resonated with whoever was meant to see that message, Aquarius, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the weekend and the week, and it's very sunny wherever you are. It's beautiful here in England at the moment, hence my fan. It's quite hot, and I look forward to having a catch up, a natter with you next weekend. Take care, my darlings. Bye bye.